welcome to Fast and Factual. I'm Utsaf Parekh and I'll take you through the top 50 stories of the day. Let's begin. Russia has declared that in the past 24 hours, it attacked the central decision-making command post of Ukraine. Moscow says all predetermined targets have been hit. Russia believes that the recent drone attacks in its territory have been conducted with the guidance of Western military experts. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has suggested that some authorities in the country are not doing enough to protect people from air raids. He made the statement after reports suggested that 4 people were killed and 34 were injured in Russia's latest attacks. Ukraine's armed forces have said that the air defense shot down 29 out of 31 Iranian-made Shahid drones. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has urged Turkey to immediately finalize Sweden's NATO bid. He said that the Nordic country has already taken significant steps to address Ankara's objection to its membership. Blinken met with Sweden's Prime Minister in the city of Luleå. He said that Washington will continue to work to help Sweden join NATO in time for the upcoming summit in July. Dozens of Serb protesters gathered in the town of Zvecan in northern Kosovo. They demanded the removal of a new mayor who is an ethnic Albanian. Protesters raised a giant Serbian flag. They emphasized their intentions to keep the protest peaceful. This comes after a violent protest broke out on Monday. More than 30 of NATO's peacekeeping soldiers were injured. NATO will send 700 more troops to Kosovo. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said that another battalion will be put on high alert. This comes as unrest in the region has intensified. Clashes broke out after ethnic Albanian mayors took office in the country's Serb-majority area. Some 4,000 NATO troops are already deployed in Kosovo. North Korea has said that its spy satellite launch has failed. The rocket's second stage malfunctioned. The launch reportedly failed due to instability in the engine and fuel system. The satellite crashed into the sea. This was North Korea's 6th satellite launch attempt and the second one since 2016. North Korea's failed launch triggered sirens in Japan and South Korea. The Japanese government issued an emergency warning for residents. They were asked to take shelter. Meanwhile, South Korean authorities asked citizens to prepare for a potential evacuation. The United States has said that a Chinese fighter jet carried out a quote-unquote unnecessarily aggressive maneuver near a US military plane over the South China Sea. The statement said that a Chinese J-16 aircraft carried out the risky move last week. It forced the US aircraft to fly through its turbulence. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. In December last year, a Chinese military plane came within 3 meters of a US Air Force aircraft. The US aircraft had been forced to take evasive maneuvers to avoid a collision. The UK's Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is all set to visit Washington, D.C. next week. He will hold talks with US President Joe Biden. The two leaders will discuss economic ties, military support for Ukraine, and the ongoing war. This will be Sunak's first official visit to Washington since he became Britain's Prime Minister last October. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal or Prachanda has arrived in India's capital, New Delhi. He's in India for a 4-day official visit. He will meet India's Prime Minister, President and Vice President. The leaders will hold talks on bilateral partnerships between India and Nepal. Clashes broke out between indigenous groups and police officials in Brazil. The protest was over a bill that would limit the indigenous people's ability to win protected status for their ancestral lands. Protesters outside Sao Paulo used bows and arrows to attack police officials. The police in turn resorted to tear gas to disperse the protesters. Heavy rainfall caused flash floods in Turkey's capital, Ankara. Cars were left stranded in an underpass after the main roads were flooded. Trapped drivers were rescued by the emergency services. The European Union is looking to double its aerial firefighting fleet this summer. For the upcoming wildfire season, the EU will add 24 planes and 10 helicopters to its fleet. The EU has cited rising forest fires caused by climate change as the reason behind the fleet expansion. Last year, at least 21 out of the 27 EU members reported forest fires. A team of experts from the United Nations will remove oil from a decaying tanker off the coast of Yemen. The decaying ship has more than 1 million barrels of oil stored on board. UN experts have warned that the ship is on the verge of breaking and sinking. This could lead to a massive oil leak near Yemen. Changing climate and weather patterns are taking a toll on wheat farmers in the enclave of Gaza. The lack of rain and spells of extreme heat are damaging crops. According to a local farmers' body, wheat harvests have fallen by over 1,000 tons since last year. Climate activists are struggling to keep Kyrgyzstan's lake Issyk free from plastic waste. Over 20 tons of cellophane plastic has been removed from the lake since the start of this year. Meanwhile, activists have pledged to clean the lake on the 5th of June annually. This will be done to celebrate World Environment Day. They've vowed to remove plastic from the lake for the next 50 years. A Nepalese mountaineer is raising awareness about plastic waste left at the base camp of the world's tallest peak, Mount Everest. Tenzin Sherpa said that he removed over 200 kilograms of litter left behind at the camp. He added that thousands of kgs of plastic waste were yet to be removed. Meanwhile, Mount Everest recorded its deadliest summit season on record, with 17 deaths this year. Researchers are blaming climate change for the rise in the death toll. Changing weather patterns are causing unpredictable snowstorms in the Himalayas. This has made mountaineering even more dangerous, particularly at higher altitudes with less oxygen. Scientists have discovered that rock flour found in Greenland's glaciers can trap carbon dioxide. The flour is produced as the glacier ice grinds the rocky Earth's surface. During this process, carbon dioxide in the air is consumed, reducing its presence from the atmosphere. Greenland's glaciers produce over 1 billion tons of rock flour every year. Scientists are saying that the flour could remove billions of tons of carbon dioxide. This would help in reducing global temperatures. A US airline, Delta Air, is facing a lawsuit worth over $1 billion. The airline has been accused of projecting false and misleading carbon neutrality claims. In 2020, Delta had announced plans to go carbon neutral to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions from its aircraft. However, the new legal action claims that Delta has done little to follow carbon neutrality procedures. More than 350 signatories have published a letter warning that artificial intelligence poses a risk of extinction. The signatories are top AI CEOs and experts, including OpenAI chief Sam Altman himself. Among them are also Geoffrey Hinton and Yoshua Bengio, two of the three so-called godfathers of AI. The officials say that the risks are equal to that of a pandemic or nuclear war. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will meet OpenAI CEO Sam Altman this Thursday. The meetings come after Altman threatened to leave the EU over its upcoming AI regulations. Last week, the OpenAI CEO said that the company would exit the EU if it won't be able to comply with the rules. However, he later backtracked to say that he had no plans to leave the bloc. The EU's industry chief, Thierry Breton, will also reportedly meet Altman. They'll meet next month in San Francisco. Reports say they will discuss how OpenAI can implement the EU's upcoming rules on artificial intelligence. Breton is the one who devised the new AI rules. China's search engine Baidu will set up a venture capital fund of $145 million. The fund will back startups that focus on content generation using artificial intelligence applications. Meanwhile, the company will also launch a competition for developers to build applications using its Ernie large language model. Large language models are used in AI tools to generate content like essays, stories, or summarizing articles. US-based chip-making company NVIDIA briefly joined the $1 trillion valuation club yesterday. The company's stock value has tripled in less than 8 months. The latest surge comes from a rally last week. It jump-started after NVIDIA announced its revenue forecast for the next quarter. The forecast was more than 50% above what Wall Street analysts had estimated. Other companies in the $1 trillion club include Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Amazon. Twitter's net worth has decreased to 1/3 of what Elon Musk paid when he bought the company. This is according to the investment firm Fidelity. Reports say Twitter has struggled financially since Musk took over. Musk's decision-making and challenges with content moderation have reportedly led advertising revenue to decline by 50%. However, it's unclear how Fidelity arrived at its valuation. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is in his second day of his China trip. He met the country's Commerce Ministry on Wednesday morning. Reports say he'll also meet other officials during this visit. So far, there are no details of who he will meet or what issues they will discuss. Musk is also expected to visit Tesla's Shanghai plant later this week. According to reports, Credit Suisse has scrapped its plans to set up a local bank in China. This is to avoid a potential regulatory conflict under its merger with UBS. Reports say UBS already has a locally incorporated bank in China. In China, a financial entity can apply for and get only one such license. According to reports, Goldman Sachs is expecting to cut about 250 jobs next week. The departures could be spread across senior levels. Reports say that this could include its partners and managing directors as well. In January, the financial giant reduced its headcount by about 3,000. It was the company's biggest round of layoffs since the 2008 financial crisis. Goldman Sachs has also said that senior leader Dina Powell McCormick is leaving the firm. She served as the company's head of sovereign business, as well as the global head of sustainability and inclusive growth. Powell McCormick had joined the financial giant in 2007. She will now join the merchant bank, BDT, and MSD Partners. Now on to sports. Indian badminton player Kiran George pulled off an upset at the Thailand Open. The tournament is being played in Thailand's capital, Bangkok. 59th ranked George beat world number 9 Shi Yuki 21-18, 22-20 in a hard-fought match. With the win, he has advanced to the pre-quarterfinals. Meanwhile, former world number 1 badminton player Saina Nehwal advanced at the Thailand Open. India's Nehwal dominated Canada's Zhang Wen 21-13, 21-7. With the win, she has advanced to the pre-quarterfinals as well. In cricket, England will host Ireland for a one-off test match at Lord's on Thursday. England all-rounder Ben Stokes will lead the team against Ireland. Meanwhile, pacer James Anderson has been ruled out from the English side due to injuries. He'll be replaced by Josh Tongue, who will make his international debut. In football, Manchester United striker Anthony Martial has suffered a muscle tear in his hamstring. Martial reported pain in his hamstring during Sunday's match against Fulham. He's been ruled out from Saturday's FA Cup final against Manchester City. Meanwhile, Manchester City's Pep Guardiola has been named the best Premier League manager. He was awarded by the League Managers Association. Guardiola has now won the award 4 times. He previously won it in 2017, 2018 and the 2020 season as well. He becomes the second manager to have won the award 4 times. Leading the way, of course, is former Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson with 11 awards. Quincy Promes, a forward in the Netherlands football team, is being prosecuted for alleged involvement in drug trafficking. Promes is suspected of smuggling over 1,400 kilograms of cocaine. Prosecutors claim that the drugs were smuggled in 2 batches back in 2020. A hearing in the case is scheduled for Monday. In tennis, world number 2 Daniil Medvedev became the highest-ranking player to crash out of the French Open. Russia's Medvedev lost to Brazilian Thiago Wild after losing 3 of 5 sets in the match. After the loss, Medvedev said he had no regrets about ending his clay court season early. World number 1 Iga Świątek breezed through the second round of the French Open. Poland's Świątek beat Spain's Cristina Busca 6-4, 6-0 in a one-sided match. Świątek is looking to defend her Roland Garros title. She's won the French Open title 3 times in the last 4 seasons. Serbian tennis player Novak Djokovic is facing criticism for his post-match antics. After his first-round win on Tuesday, Djokovic wrote a message for peace on the camera lens as he made his exit. He wrote, "Kosovo is the heart of Serbia, stop the violence." The French sports minister has called the Serbian player's message, quote-unquote, inappropriate. Meanwhile, Kosovo Olympic authorities have asked the International Olympic Committee to take action against Djokovic. Latvia has declared a national holiday to commemorate the national team's win in the recent Ice Hockey World Championships. The Baltic nation has shocked heavyweights USA to earn the bronze medal on Sunday. They won 4-3 in overtime. This is the first time that Latvia has won a medal at the Ice Hockey World Championships. Veteran American actor and filmmaker Al Pacino is set to become a father at the age of 83. Al Pacino will have his 4th child with his 29-year-old girlfriend Noor Al-Falah. The couple has reportedly been dating quietly since the COVID-19 pandemic. India's veteran actor Zeenat Aman has shared new pictures on Instagram. She says that the photos were inspired by Hollywood actor Audrey Hepburn. She also said that she would have loved to play the character of Moira Rose in the hit series Schitt's Creek. HBO has said that nearly 3 million people watched or streamed the series finale of Succession on Sunday night. This has beat the first night record of 2.75 million for an episode that aired on April 30th. The series finale provided an answer to the question central to the story. American actor Ming-Na Wen has got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She witnessed the unveiling of her star alongside her co-actors from the film The Joy Luck Club. The actor has been a soap star, a primetime star, a star of the Star Wars universe, and a Disney legend. The Little Mermaid has made a return to the big screen. The movie has earned about $118 million. This is the 5th highest in Memorial Day box office opening history. The film has managed to draw audiences from multiple generations. Remember, the original Ariel movie was released back in 1988. Actor Chris Hemsworth has said that he's open to returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he has one condition. He said he does not want to leave the audience exhausted. Hemsworth told a news publication that his decision to return to the MCU will depend on the story. He said the story needs to be unique. John Wick director Chad Stahelski has said that he's open to directing more films and spin-offs in the franchise. Lionsgate chairperson Joe Drake had recently revealed that a 5th movie in the Actions franchise is in the works. Meanwhile, Stahelski has confirmed that he will consider making a return with another John Wick movie if provided with the perfect story. Actor Sydney Sweeney has said that she creates character books for every character she's played. She told the magazine that she built the character's entire life from the day they're born to the first page of the script. She added that she looks at all her characters as real people. Sydney Sweeney is best known for playing Cassie Howard in the drama series Euphoria. Korean actor-singer Lee Seung-gi has deleted all the posts from his official Instagram account. This caused worries among his 4 million followers on the social media platform. However, the artist's management agency has issued a clarification. The agency says that the move has been made for renewal purposes. Singer Sia has opened up about being diagnosed with autism. During a podcast, Sia said, and I quote, "For 45 years, I was like, I have got to go put my human suit on. And only in the last 2 years have I become fully myself." Sia, who sang hits including Chandelier and Unstoppable, faced criticism from the autism community. She was slammed over the casting of actor Maddie Ziegler, who portrayed a character with autism in one of Sia's music videos. That's all for this episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost.